Hey friends, it's Danielle with Take Care Mama, and baby Norma is 18 months, a whole year and a half, and I thought I would do a little update for you. She is definitely a toddler now. James, I feel like, was a toddler right when he turned 1. He was walking, he was running, he was busy. It took her a little bit, and with that being said, I would definitely label her as a toddler, which makes me a little bit sad, but I still call her my baby, of course. She's only 1.5. So I thought I would start with physical things. I have no idea how much she weighs or how tall she is. Because of COVID, we are a little behind on our wellness check, so I have to make an appointment like this week and get her in. But if I had to guess, I feel like she'd be still like around 20th percentile weight, which is what she was last time, and pretty tall. I think she was maybe 60th percentile in height. And I don't know, her proportions haven't seemed to change much since last time we were at the doctor. So she's petite but tall. My husband is really tall, so that kind of makes sense. She really just started walking. She's 18 months. I would say not until 17 months she really master the walk. Around 15 months, she started taking like a couple steps at a time. I think the most she did was 10, but it was really inconsistent. And she would do this weird crawl thing where she'd be crawling, but only one leg would be up like a frog on her foot, and that's mainly how she would get around. I'm kind of glad that we didn't go to the doctor because of COVID. I think it would have made me nervous about how long it was taking her to walk, and it turned out to be just fine. That little crawl thing I was talking about, kind of embarrassing, but the Real Housewives of New York years ago, I don't even remember her name. She was blonde. She had the husband that was caught up in the Madison email thing. What? I don't remember her name. She had a child who had to do lots of therapy to get the child to walk, and I think it was a girl baby. She did that same crawl that Norma did, so I was just like a little bit worried, but it all worked out. She was my late walker, and she is just walking all over the place. She definitely walks more than she crawls now, and I definitely need to get her shoes because A, she's walking, and B, it is getting fall outside. So I would love your recommendations on toddler shoes. Please leave them in the comments below for me. She is definitely more verbal than James was at this age. They're pretty opposite. He started walking really early and was really late to talk. He really didn't talk until he was 2, so definitely on the later side. I wrote down some words that she says. Dada is her #1 word all the time. Mama as well. She definitely says that less, and she sometimes calls me Ami, which I think is adorable. She's obsessed with owls, so she says owl. Ow, ow. She has a ton of owls in her nursery, and every morning when we wake up, she likes to point them all out and say owl, and it is the cutest thing ever. Phil just got her a Halloween costume, and she's going to be an owl, and we cannot wait. Up. She says all done, kind of. That's one of her signs, all done, and she goes, ah, duh. So that's pretty good, I feel like. Hi and bye. And then I think she said James the other day. She said Ames and pointed at him. It was pretty close. I think James is a hard word to say. And my heart melted. I knew my heart would melt when she first said mama, because I'd been through it before with James, and also because I have an ego and we all want to hear our babies say our name. And so the first time she said mama, it definitely affected me. I never contemplated how I would feel. I'm gonna cry right now. Oh my gosh. How I would feel the first time she says her brother's name. And I don't know, it made me so happy. She loves him so much, and he loves her like crazy. They are such a fun pair, and even though they are pretty far apart in years, about 6, they really seem to enjoy playing together. He loves watching her downstairs while I'm getting dinner ready or whatever, and he genuinely seems to enjoy her company, and obviously vice versa. And it's been really special as she develops her personality to see her love toward her older brother. Sleep is okay, I guess. She goes down between 7 and 8. It just kind of depends. And she wakes up for the morning between 8 and 9. However, she at least will wake up and nurse once during that time, usually like 6 a.m. or something like that. And then sometimes she's still waking up a couple times a night. Yeah, but I feel like, I don't know, it's not bad. I'm not complaining. I think her sleep is pretty good. And then nap wise though, she is down to 1 nap. I don't know when that happened. I don't remember. It might have even been in my last update. But that's kind of a bummer. I don't know which is more normal, James or Norma, but James kept 2 naps for a long time and he would sleep 2 hours at each nap. She dropped her second nap pretty early on, and she naps anywhere from, I would say on average 1 to 2 hours, but some days like not really at all. Yesterday, for instance, she napped a half an hour. So that's a little bit challenging to get things done during the day, but I think her total amount of sleep, counting nap time and in the middle of the night, during the night, is a pretty healthy amount. Eating wise, she eats a lot. This is something that she has in common with her brother. He ate a ton too. They both did baby-led weaning. Interestingly enough, people always say if you do baby-led weaning, you won't get a picky eater. So both of them at this age were not picky eaters, but my oldest, James, who is 7, is a very picky eater now. So the other thing that did not hold true for him is we cloth diapered him and Norma, and I've always heard people say that cloth diaper babies toilet train really early. That was not the case for James. I feel, skipping ahead, I feel like Norma's gonna be an early potty trainer, at least earlier than him. We will see. I can just kind of tell she seems more interested in her body. And skipping ahead, like an example is dressing. She like really gets involved in me dressing her and kind of helps. Like she'll put her arm in and stick out her leg to get dressed. And James, I distinctly remember that he kind of fought me changing him every time. And she even kind of likes to pick out what I put on her. And even if she's fully dressed, she'll bring me like another shirt and she wants that on top of her. She seems really interested in, I wouldn't say her appearance, but just like getting dressed in her body. And I feel like that might translate to being potty trained a little earlier. She's more aware of her body than James. And I did even get our little toddler toilet out, which is kind of ridiculous. But I mean, it's not. Some babies are trained way earlier with elimination, communication, and all of that. But we'll see. We've been just sitting on it after bath time. Nothing, she hasn't gone in it yet, but just have it out in case she becomes interested. Back to eating. She eats a lot. We have backyard chickens this year for the first time, and that's really awesome because eggs are definitely her favorite food. She has probably 2 eggs every single day. That's kind of her main breakfast. I scramble up 2 eggs for her and some fruit. She basically just eats what we eat. Like I said, we did baby-led weaning with both, and she eats a lot. Like I would say she eats more than James most meals. We had a pizza dinner before the first day of school. That's kind of our tradition, and she had 3 whole pieces of pepperoni pizza. Just whole slice, eating it, no crumbs left over. She is my eater, and that is awesome. like I said, I am still nursing. It's kind of funny, we were at a birthday party and we had pizza at that party as well. And she just took the whole slice and was eating it because we do baby-led weaning. And I could tell some of the parents were like, oh, are you gonna cut that up? And then one of the moms there has a child Norma's age, and she was asking me, you know, is she on whole milk still, or did you switch to 2%? And I was like, oh, actually I'm nursing her still, so she hasn't really had dairy milk at all yet. And she kind of, I could tell she was really taken aback. I don't think she was judgmental at all, but I think she just was not maybe used to people breastfeeding in an extended manner. So that was kind of interesting. So yes, we are still breastfeeding, and I don't really foresee us stopping anytime soon. It's definitely slowing down. So in the morning before bedtimes are our longest sessions, and then just maybe a couple sessions during the day, or if she gets hurt, she'll just want some comfort that way. But still breastfeeding, and then she drinks lots of water. It's pretty much all she drinks is breast milk and water. She loves water. She loves sparkling water. If you see me, I always have my Yeti with my reusable straw, and she loves to steal it from me, and she loves my sparkling water. It's kind of funny. She still barely has any hair. I was bald like she is until I was around 4. She looks a lot like me, which again, ego, I don't know. I love it. We'll just be honest. I love that I made a human that looks like me. It's just this weird feeling. And yeah, I don't know how many teeth she has, but she has a little gap between her 2 front teeth, which I had braces, but they kind of spread out again. So that's just cute too. On to the negatives. I'm just gonna be brutally honest. I vividly remember talking to my friend Sarah Tim and saying, when James was 18 months, telling Sarah Tim, because she's a child psychologist, that that 18-month mark was my favorite time with him from birth to that point. Like, I loved James at 18 months. He was so fun. He was so playful. He was so busy. His personality was emerging. And with that said, this is definitely not my favorite time with Norma right now. It's been challenging. Obviously, I love her. Obviously, she's playful and her personality is coming through, but it's definitely not been my favorite so far. I liked her a little bit younger, if I'm being completely honest. She is loud. Loud, loud, loud. And it's more proof to myself that I think I have some sensory issues, especially when it comes to noise. She's just like all the time loud, and she screams a lot. Like, if she doesn't get her way, she screams. It's a really high-pitched sound. And it's not even when she's frustrated. She screams in delight as well. And it's just been hard for me because I am one who loves quiet. So that's something that I'm working through, and I think it's something that God is giving me, because I really believe that our children are sent to help us grow, and that's something I need to work on more. James tested it a lot, my patience, but it's something that I still need to work on. So I am working through it. And the thing that I've noticed lately is when she's loud and boisterous, it's not always that it's just too loud. It's that I'm trying to do something else. I have my own agenda. I'm trying to get through my to-do list, clean the kitchen, make dinner, do my YouTube work, do my Young Living work. And that's fine. Like, I have my own life, and those things are important to me, but sometimes I need to be reminded that right now my job is to be 100% present with Norma. And if I'm 100% present with her, she's not going to scream as much in general because she has my attention, and it doesn't bother me as much because I'm not distracted. I'm 100% with her, and we are communicating verbally and non-verbally. And so I think it's just a lesson that I need to work on. But I am honest, it's not my favorite time with her right now. But I'm just so excited as she keeps growing and we get to know her more. She is so sweet and bubbly. I think she's definitely going to be a talker. I can see a lot of my mom in her. My mom is very outgoing, and I think that Norma is going to be like that. I mean, who knows? I could be totally wrong, but that's what I see for her future right now. And yeah, we are really happy with our family of 4. We're really excited for the fall. It's our favorite time of year. And so it'll be fun at the apple orchard, and she'll be able to walk around. We're excited for Halloween, for pumpkins, for jumping in leaves. And it's just a fun time for our little family. So let me look at my notes quick. I think that's everything. If I missed anything and you have any questions, leave them below. Please like this video if you liked it and consider subscribing. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye.